everyone. Thank you for coming to watch. I've got an update, a long and extended update this evening for you guys. This is on this storm that has been trying to move out of Maine, and then your storm's moving through the southeast. Later in the update, we will take a good look at your nasty ice storm that's going to be impacting Missouri, Illinois, and also impacting a lot of Oklahoma. So you guys in Oklahoma, you could have a very intense ice storm. So this goes, I would say the areas impacted by the hardest by this ice storm would be most of Missouri, southern Illinois, and then northwestern Oklahoma. But North Texas could also see that some of this ice accumulation. So we have a lot to talk about, considering that this is only just an evening update on your storm that has been impacting, and then your storm that will be, and then obviously your big week ahead. So we'll get into the update, starting with your alerts. And you can see that this was posted. This was posted a few hours ago, I believe. But anyways, you can see that you have a few flood warnings. This goes out for a few counties in Louisiana, Arkansas. This goes out for Mississippi, Alabama, and Tennessee as well. So you guys out there in the southeast could pretty much all have this widespread risk for some flooding, because when we take a look at the rain totals, it's a few areas in here could have up to 5 inches of rain. So extreme rainfall is due to the southeast. So please watch out for this extensive rainfall that will be coming down in the next few hours. So when these storms move into the overnight hours, it's going to get pretty rough out there for all you guys down here in Florida, Georgia, Mississippi, and Alabama. So we also have these winter weather advisories that have already been posted for Arkansas, Oklahoma, Missouri, and Illinois. This is actually for the beginning of our ice storm, just because a few ice accumulations could occur in the beginning hours of our storm. So that's just posted out there to let everyone know that the ice storm could happen a little earlier. But this will definitely be upgraded to a winter storm warning. I just think that we have to get a little farther into the, a little farther into the day, and then obviously by tomorrow we should get a little bit more information on what's going to be happening in these areas. So that is it for the warnings and watches. We're going to be taking a look at the southeast. So we'll put this to 8 o'clock, and you have storms firing from central Louisiana all the way into Georgia. So when I said, I said that all these areas around like Florida, Georgia, Mississippi, I think most of these counties will definitely have a flood watch probably by midnight. But even if it doesn't happen, I just think that you guys should definitely know and be aware, at least, that these storms are definitely going to be capable of producing dangerous to life-threatening floods. Because this band of storms that is trying to move out of Mississippi could produce rainfall amounts up to 5 inches. So even though these storms are going to slightly weaken as we move into the overnight hours, just please remember that it's going to rain a lot. So write in the comments if you're seeing any of this rainfall, or just hearing any of that thunder outside, or seeing some lightning, any of that, because these are drenching thunderstorms. But thank God these are not those extreme strong supercells that produce devastating tornadoes. This is not one of those storms. This is almost like a midsummer classic kind of storm. You know, it's not quite tornadoes, but it's a drenching thunderstorm that, you know, has a downpour with it. So just please watch for that. And then, no, I'm just going to continue this. We get to 2 a.m. It's still pouring rain in the Carolinas, Carolina coast. And then that finally moves out by 8 a.m. And there will be some clouds out, but for the most part, it will be relatively dry. Tennessee and parts of North Carolina could see some rainfall, but that would be it for the storm until your second storm, which would be your next major storm, moves in. So that's going to be it for the southeast, and we're just going to be taking a look at the rainfall amounts. So as you can see, if you look at the kind of, I guess you could say the key here, this looks like a lot of rainfall. This is the European model, so this would be the latest Euro, and then we'll start off in Texas, and this is east of Lake Jackson. You have 2 3/4 of an inch of rain. 2 3/4 of an inch of rain. I mean, this is crazy amounts of rain. And this is not all of them. I'm like, you know, I see there's a lot of yellows out here, but I mean, look at these oranges in Louisiana. You're getting almost up to 3 inches of rain could fall with these storms. So definitely watch out for this. And then you go a little bit farther south of Louisiana. This is actually in the Gulf, but you got over 3 inches of rain, even though this is not on land. We'll take you out to Florida, topping off at almost 3 inches too. You got 296 topping off. This would be southwest or southeast, of Panama City. You could get 2.96 inches of rain. Let's go to central Alabama. You're topping off at about 2.5 inches of rain. This north of Montgomery is where you could see the most rain, but anywhere in the Montgomery area, I would say you should expect 1 to 1.5 inches of rain. Mississippi, this would be Jackson, topping off at about 2 inches of rain, and pretty much all the areas around it. So that would be the European model. I'll take you to the GFS, and it's very different. You can see that the GFS is a lot more straightforward, with just a few areas of maybe, I guess you could say 2+ inches of rain. So, I mean, for the same areas, it's looking like it's going to be 2.5 inches of rain at most from the GFS. So that doesn't mean it's definite, but that's just what the GFS is saying. HRRR is what's very concerning, because this model's more of like a radar type, but it's showing like this is showing over 5 inches of snow in the Cleveland, Texas area. Look at this. This is directly east of Cleveland. You have almost, this is 5.25 inches of rain. I mean, this is insane amounts of rainfall. You got well over 4.5 inches of rain in Louisiana. And then some of these shades of pink get pretty dark, indicating that this could be up to 5 inches of rain. So I just want to show you guys just this widespread area of very heavy rainfall. I mean, I go all the way up and down this, and then you just don't stop seeing 2+ inches of rain from the HRRR model. Sorry guys, I zoomed in. We'll take a look at the NAM now for our last model for this one. Once this loads, so just get this up for you guys. Okay, so the NAM is looking like it wants to stay a little farther north than the HRRR, but this does agree with the HRRR on a very, very, very strong rainstorm for Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, and even Georgia too. We'll move to the Carolinas just because I haven't really included them so far with these rain totals. You know, along the coast of the Carolinas, let's see, you got up to 3 inches of rain. This would go for southern South Carolina, but a little bit farther south, like the very southern tip of South Carolina, like the Savannah area, you would not see as much rain because of these storm cells breaking apart from each other. North Carolina, you guys are probably going to top off about an inch, maybe an inch and a half. But you can see we don't really get any farther than an inch. You got a few spots in here that could get more than an inch. Along the the islands, you could have up to 2 inches of rain. But that's like way out on the coast. So just a very drenchingly rain for all of you guys in the southeast. So just please watch out for that rainfall. We're going to be taking a look now at our friends in the northeast. Let's see, we're going to put this to 8. Right now it is 8:22. So we'll just put this to 8. And you can see that right now there's not much happening. You just have your storm moving out of Maine. This is just moving out of Maine with some snow showers left over. Scattered rain showers out here. But that's it pretty much for the most part. That moves out, not turning into any snow or anything. You get a few additional rain showers as a new low pressure system could form. It's very weak and it's pretty short tracked, but this could deliver some snowfall to regions of New York State, central Pennsylvania, and then grow into a new system that will be sweeping through Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire, giving mostly snow to those guys, and then that's it for that system. We're going to leave next system to the last part of the update because we don't have any more model run time. But just look at January 31st, so this would be Tuesday. So on Tuesday, this would be Tuesday evening, you could see some snow showers. This is going for the Pennsylvania and New York State border. So any of you guys living in these areas, these counties, you could see some of that snowfall. So just keep an eye out for that weather, and those snowfall totals could mount because you just continuously see this active pattern within these storms. So just watch out for that weather. We're going to move to the central U.S. So this is where things get a little tricky. We have to decide excuse me, whether the warm air is going to stay north and you're going to get a lot less ice, or if the cold and warm air is going to have a little battle throughout the storm. If you get scenario number 1, which would be the warm air stays north, you're going to have a lot less ice accumulation. But if you get scenario 2, then you're going to get a lot of ice because you're constantly getting cold air and then warm air, kind of just battling between each other, and then they keep moving in different directions. So this causes like unstable temperatures in these areas. But this could definitely become a major ice storm. We're going to take a look at the ice accumulation totals very shortly, but this is going to be very major. And then, so we'll start looking at what what it's looking like right now. So as of now, you're seeing a lot of ice starting to, or sleet starting to form already. Within when these storms start to fire up here, this goes for northeast northeast Oklahoma, excuse me. And then this goes into Arkansas and Missouri, giving a little bit more snow and some ice. But just watch how this continues throughout the day, and Missouri and southern Missouri getting a little less ice, but North Arkansas getting a lot of ice, a big ice storm for you guys. A lot of freezing rain. Then you get a little secondary storm behind it that could form a secondary low. Excuse me, guys. Oh my gosh, I am coughing a lot. But this looks like it could be a major winter storm, major ice storm as well. And then this gives ice to pretty much all those areas. So North Arkansas getting yet another ice storm, but that's going to be it for this model run. But just please watch out for this accumulating ice. This also goes for Tennessee, Kentucky, West Virginia, and Illinois. So a widespread major accumulating ice storm. So watch out for that. So here are your ice totals, and you can see that you're topping off at around half an inch of ice. I mean, this is a big ice storm. When you have more than half an inch of ice on the ground, solid ice, this leads to major multi-vehicle pileups. You've got major road closures. You have motorists stranded on the roads. And don't forget the fact that a band of heavy snow will also move through these areas on the backside of this. So the setup is very dangerous, considering that you're going to have travelers moving across each state. And highways are going to be closed. There's going to be major crashes when you see this much ice on the ground. And it's not like there's one tiny pocket of half an inch of ice. This goes for a lot of Arkansas. Almost 0.60 inches of ice. I mean, this is insanity, considering how much ice could fall. Well, not really fall, but like could form on the ground, because this is all from the freezing rain. But I just keep looking. I mean, right now I'm in I guess this is northern Mississippi. 0.56 inches of ice. A ton of accumulating ice here. This also goes for Tennessee. Believe it or not, Tennessee getting another ice storm. You move into Kentucky. Now Kentucky getting a few, I guess you could say tenths of an inch of ice. So widespread ice for many of these areas. This goes for central Texas. You're also getting 0.36 inches of ice. I mean, it's a lot of ice to deal with. A lot of uncertain conditions, meaning that a lot of people are going to be uncertain about safety within travelers when these storms occur. Because one thing about ice storms is that when you get slick roads at night, when these storms now impact at night, number one, usually they've went through the daytime hours giving some beginning ice, but then when they get into the over hours, you get a little bit colder air, so that freezes everything. And that means, one, you have a bigger risk for ice, which would be black ice. And then number two, you have motorists who can't see that black ice. You can't see that black ice on the road because, number one, it's completely blackout. because it's dark. Number two, the ice is black and the road is black too. So no one is going to see that. So please just watch out for this ice. We have a few more hours, or I guess you could say another day, to see what is actually going to be happening. But just make sure you are aware that this could be a very dangerous and major ice storm. We're going to look at the European model for this, just because I want to check out what it's saying. But, I mean, this is just insane amounts of ice. I guess, it's unavailable at the moment. Let me check and see if the regular Euro is showing this today. Okay, so we don't have it today, but that's it for the ice. Now we're going to be taking a look at this big week ahead and active pattern. So we're going to break down each system, then we're going to be taking a look at your wind energy and the timing of each system. So here comes the beginning ice storm, your little ice storm that's going to come first. And that moves out, giving some snow to Virginia, West Virginia, and some of Kentucky. Then here comes your real major ice storm that's going to bring your accumulating ice and freezing rain. That's going to move out, but leaving some leftover precipitation that's just going to kind of ooze around out there. And then finally form this pretty good rainstorm for you guys in the southeast. So yet another rainstorm awaiting them. That moves out. Let me just get this back to where we are. I don't want sounding. And then you get another system that's almost like a clipper that's going to... It's looking like this system down here could also form another low that will pop off the coast. But yes, it does. This will actually kind of pair with a clipper-like system. This could also bring some snow to the I-95 corridor because you have this dip in the jet stream. So when you have temperatures falling and your cold air falling south, and then a few systems coming up north, means a lot of snow in these areas, but it's a very tight cutoff. So yet another storm with a tight snow cutoff. Here comes another major system. This one looking like an ice storm for you guys in Iowa, Minnesota, Michigan, Wisconsin, and then the Dakotas getting a major snowstorm. This one looking like it's going to be a very major storm. That moves out, and you get a pretty dry few days before your next system starts taking shape. This one looking like it's not going to be as bad. And that's pretty much it for your model run. So we're going to be now taking a look at your wind energy and your timing. So we're going to be taking a look at the timing for each system. I guess this is the first. And you got a system brewing south of New Mexico, Arizona, California. This one has a lot of energy packed into it. And watch as this moves through the southeast, bringing, a very high precipitation rainstorm for most of you guys. And that moves out, pairing with that storm we just took a look at, that clipper-like system up here in the northeast. So that could be a bit stronger because they're going to come together. Here comes another system that could come through Illinois, Ohio, Indiana, bringing some ice and some rain, possible snow. You get another system around, let me just give you guys a timing for that. Sorry, I didn't do the timing for that. So that system we just took a look at, that I talked about ice and snow and rain for the Ohio Valley. That would be around the 5th. That other rainstorm that would pair with this major system up here, this Clipper. That would be probably around the 3rd of February. And then you get your next system. This one, very strong. Look at this crazy, intense energy. This goes for the 2 Dakotas, but I mean, it's just gonna be insane. And then look at the rotation on this. I mean, this is a very nicely set up low pressure system. So this one looking like it's going to bring a lot of precipitation, meaning a lot of snowfall to these areas. And that finally moves out. This one, let me break this down. Oh my gosh. So you got the 9th. So this is middle of the 9th, February 9th. You have a very strong system that's going to move out through the 10th. And then finally be done with. Here comes another system that's a little weird track. It's going to kind of dip down from Canada. Storms don't usually step down. They usually kind of ride with the jet stream. But that would pretty much be it. You got another system brewing. But that's it for the model run. So I think that's going to end the update. But thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, like, share, comment, subscribe if you're not subscribed to the channel. But definitely watch out for that ice storm. You guys in the central U.S., please watch out for that ice storm. Feel free to write in the comments if you're seeing any of this insane weather that's going to be impacting pretty shortly. And that's going to be it for the update. So we'll catch you guys in the next one. See you guys.